Kasper meant a lot to us, so we want to do something, something soft and small, but something that would last for a long, long time. We couldn't have done it without Lorain Wilbur from WOBL, or Chad Harrison from Harrison Manufacturing, who's probably riding around out here looking for a place. Kasper held a very soft spot in Lori's heart because he did a lot of work with her. Mike and Kasper did throughout the community. So with that, I'll turn it over to Sheriff.
Yeah, I want to welcome everybody also, and Captain Hammond, I want to give him some recognition too, because he's instrumental in a lot of this program that we started. I mean, we always had K9s that did the law enforcement work. But several years ago, actually I got the idea from Summit County Sheriff Drew Alexander, when he had told me, hey, I added a couple dogs into my jail. And I was asking him a question, I said, how's that working? He goes, hey, my workers' comp claims on the way down. He says, the fights in the jails are on the way down. So we decided to implement a program starting in the jail. And obviously Kasper was the first dog that we had got in 2005. And C.O. Parks had him at the time. And Kasper was a very high-strung dog at the time. I'll tell you, it was, I mean, you know, he worked here, but I'll tell you, after a couple of years, I was like, boy, I don't know if this was a good idea or not. And we actually were this close to getting rid of Kasper, to be honest with you. And then Mike Mettler took him over, and I'll tell you, that dog did a 180. Mike working with him, and that dog turned out to be one of the best dogs we actually ever had here. And the funny part about it is everybody here loved him also, and he knew every office where to go to get the treatment. He'd come to my secretary's office and he'd pull the drawer open for her because he knew where the goodies were in there. He'd come to my office, and Mike had him spoiled. I know everybody in the back would feed him too, but that dog, I tell you, you could turn that dog on, and I'll tell you, he was ready to go to work. But when Mike said it's time to turn off, he'd turn off, and you could take him in the classroom with kids, and he could be petted by the kids. And that dog was just an amazing dog that we all loved. Obviously, he retired in December of 11, but and unfortunately passed away. I think Mike was in just February, yeah. And he unfortunately ended up getting cancer at the time, so he was only 9 years old still. But I'll tell you, he was just one of the best dogs we ever had. And I too want to thank Lori for this beautiful plaque that we got, and Mr. Harrison for getting everything for us. And once we unveil this thing, I think you're going to see what a great thing is. But you know, I'm going to let Mike come up here and say a few words about his dog. And, but I'll tell you, he definitely was a great dog, and that's something we're going to keep going. And I have noticed now we got 3 K9s in the jail that our BWC claims have went down a little bit, which is good because, you know, the inmates will fight with the officers sometimes. When that dog comes back there and he starts chattering those teeth, they're like, okay, that's enough. I've had enough. But it's a great program, and we're going to continue to keep it going. And I also want to thank Denny Will, the prosecutor, because he's actually purchased a couple of dogs for us in this program. And Doug Wilbur's here from WOBL and WDLW with his wife Lori. I said they've been great with the K9 program for us also. So Mike, if you'd like to say a few words about Kasper.
Is that gonna work?
It's all right.
I'd just like to thank everybody for the opportunity.
You know how much you love that
It's
dog.
all right.
Some of Mike's time.
Oh, yeah. Here's Thrasher, he's one of the other K9.
I'd just like to say, you know, Mike got choked up. He's very passionate about this program. Mike made it possible for guys like me. Let me tag along. I took many bites from Kasper. I know firsthand a lot about Kasper. And Mike's a great guy, great dog handler, and through his efforts, he made it possible for a lot of guys like us. So, but thank you, guys.
Bennett, you and Maggie do the honors. We have donuts and juice and water. Please help yourself, mingle. Please take a look at that. That is a great piece of work.